Hello YouTube, it's your boy D Wade coming back with another video. In today's video, this will be how to get a full ride scholarship. This is a continuation of my How to Go D1 series. Speaking on that How to Go D1 series, I have 3 other videos dedicated to this topic. All the videos kind of entail some different things that I felt were necessary in order for you to make that next step and get to the collegiate ranks, which is what most high schoolers dream of. In that video, I talked about things such as the value of 7-on-7 camps, of course, academics and how important that is, kind of who to talk to in order to get yourself noticed and get yourself on people's radars, and other things similar to that. So definitely, if that's something you want to check out, then definitely check out the videos that I'll have linked up in the playlist above. And I think you guys will definitely enjoy that information. It'll definitely help you along the way. The main reason for a video such as this is because I feel as though many people have the dream and aspirations to make it D1 and be able to play at that level, and I'm here to say that you can do it. A lot of people are going to doubt you and say that, oh, there's so many reasons why you can't make it, but I think you can, and I'm trying to lay out a little path so that you can use that to the best of your advantage so you can get exactly where you want to go. But before we get into the video, quick disclaimer, I am not guaranteeing anything. A lot of people out there will guarantee you, oh, if you do X, Y, and Z, you're going to make it, you're going to get this, you're going to get that. I can't predict how things will play out in the future, but all I can say is at least I can give you a path that you can at least try to take to get exactly where you want to go. So in today's video, we're just going to be talking about 3 main points. The first main point is going to be the value of spring ball. And I'll get into that a little bit more in the video. The next thing would be who to rely on, a coach or a mentor, and finishing off with social media and how you can use social media to better yourself and get yourself a chance to get to that next level. First thing is spring ball. So first, what is spring ball? So spring ball is something that some states have implemented within their high school system. So it is a chance over like the April-March period for people to actually have practices and like some type of scrimmages on the high school football teams. So people in these states such as like Florida had that ability, and the benefit of that is, as a lot of people know, the open period for college recruiters is in around the May time frame. So since kids are doing spring ball and on the field practicing, these college coaches will actually come down and see them practice live and get a chance to see kind of how they move, see some of the different throws, see some of the different routes, things like that, just to get a better sense of who these kids are and how good they are. So that's more or less what spring ball is, but something that I have realized is that's not everywhere. So me being from Delaware, we actually did not have spring ball, and that's something that's common in a lot of places, which is perfectly fine. But if that's the case, then it is up to you to find a way to get a type of spring ball. So it may not be, of course, to the same level, because if your high school governing body doesn't allow it, then it doesn't allow it. But there are workarounds. So back in high school, what I did with my coach as well as my receiver, Chris, we ended up setting up pretty much private type workouts. It was a situation where off the record, we had workouts that coaches just happened to come see. So it probably wasn't the most legal thing, I don't think, but Chris and I both did that together just to get that extra bit of exposure, because when those college coaches are coming out, yes, it's nice for them to just meet you and say hello and just talk to you, but actually see you live, see how you move, and see pretty much what exactly your talent skill set is. That is so much more valuable. The first school that actually came out to my spring ball type workout was Nebraska, and the offensive coordinator, after seeing me, ended up offering me that very next week. So there is definitely a boatload of value to do something of that nature. Like I said, if you don't already have that in place, you're going to have to really work to try and find a loophole around that system to still get some of that extra exposure that you can really utilize going forward. So the next thing we want to talk about is who to talk to. Who do you rely on in terms of the recruiting process? This is where there's so many different things being spoken about what exactly to do. And a lot of people are just confused. So I'm here just to kind of clear that up for you. So most people think the first thing to do is rely on your head coach. In some instances, this isn't a bad idea. Having your coach, who already hopefully is interconnected within collegiate coaches from having other kids be recruited from the school or just kind of just popping through, that helps you because they already have the connections. They can reach out directly. They already have access to your full transcript. They have access to all your highlight videos. So that is a good point of access because they have all the information that college coaches will want from you. So that's good. The bad part about using your coach, though, is, in all honesty, they have no vested interest in trying to get you to play at the college level. So even though you would think, oh, it's a win-win for both, now that helps his coaching prestige and it helps you get to college for free, but it doesn't affect him. Like, whatever you do on the high school level, that's all that matters really to him. So because of that, you have to realize that yes, he could look out for you, but you have to realize there's things such as favoritism and different things that kind of go along that way that could make it to where he doesn't look out for you. Now when he could have pushed you a little bit harder, he's like, oh, they don't want to talk anymore. All right, it is what it is. And now that's an opportunity lost. So now the other side of that is you can use something like a parent or guardian, or maybe one of those kind of like advisor type people who may say, oh, they're interconnected. Some of those people are like those 7-on-7 coaches and stuff who also try to help kids get recruited on the side. I would say this isn't such a bad idea either. It has its pros and cons just like anything. It could be beneficial because now that's someone who is helping you, and now they have more of a vested interest because now they reached out more or less to you and they want to help you get somewhere. So because of that, they're going to be a little bit more of a go-getter and really just try and push to get your name out there and really get you that exposure, because then that helps them get their exposure. So in that instance, it could be good, but the cons are a lot of times they aren't that interconnected. A lot of times they'll blow smoke and just say, oh, I can get you this, and they'll make all these promises in hopes that you'll make it so that they can be compensated later on, but that they can't guarantee anything. So a lot of times that could also lead you down a bad path. So you always have to just keep that in mind and just understand that either those options, they could work potentially, but you just have to weigh all the options and determine what's the best for you. But my answer for who is the best person to have do your recruiting process is yourself. The reason I say yourself is because you know yourself better than anyone. You know what you bring to the table, and by you pushing for yourself and your own success is so much more valuable than you just having someone else kind of be a mediary and just kind of say it for you. Because now by you just taking that initiative, going out to these camps, emailing and contacting and just being proactive and just not annoying, but proactive in terms of just reaching out to these coaches, they respect that. And especially if you have the tape to back it up, then yeah, you're in a great position. So I think you pushing yourself is definitely the way to go, and something that more and more kids have started to do, but not everyone knows that that's the best way to go about it. On-field performance is as simple as it sounds. You have to produce. You have to put up numbers. A lot of people think just because they did decently that's good enough. Most times you have to have outrageous numbers. You need to break records. You need to really just stand out and make it seem like you dominated. Because think about it, if you can't dominate at the high school level, why would a coach think you'll be able to dominate at the college level? Like, a lot of people don't think about that logically, but yeah, that's exactly what college coaches are thinking. If you're getting locked down as a receiver a lot and you can't get past a 5'8" corner, what's going to happen when you go up against a 6'3" corner from Clemson? You're definitely going to get locked down. So then you, like I said, these are things that you have to take into consideration. So it's just a matter of, yeah, it's one thing to have the size and just have all the measurables, but at the end of the day, when you strap up that helmet, you have to be ready to perform and put up numbers. So going into the season, set yourself some preseason goals of, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to accomplish, and smash those goals. Like, don't even just like try and just get to it, just dominate those goals and go even farther beyond, because by doing that and just playing exceptionally well helps you so much in the long run. And yes, there will be other factors that go into it, such as grades, such as measurables, things of that nature. But for you to dominate and put up phenomenal stats at the high school level will give you the opportunity to go where it is you want to go and get that full ride scholarship. And then the last thing was social media. So with social media is very, very vital. So social media, especially nowadays, is extremely helpful. So with social media, it allows you to more closely connect with a lot of these coaches. Not only that, it gives you a chance to really just self-promote. So as I said, in terms of who's the best recruiter for you, and I said it's you, well, that's an extension of that. That's how you can recruit for yourself. So let's say you get a chance to go on an official visit or an unofficial visit. make sure afterwards you tweet at those coaches who invited you, or at them on Instagram and thank them for having you come out. Like, it's those little gestures of gratitude, even though you'll realize coaches get a lot of those, so it can seem like it's overwhelming, like, oh, they're not actually going to care. Well, they'll also notice if you don't do it. So you'll rather just take that little initiative and just to say thank you. That's something that a lot of old school parents always say, is like, after something happens, write a handwritten letter to a relative or something thanking them for what they did. So that's just a common good gesture to do. So that's something that you can utilize. Also, just kind of, let's say it's the off season. A lot of people think that during the season, of course, you're going to post those clip highlights from the game, that like you made a big play. Of course, yeah, put that out there. If you had an accolade, you got player of the week, of course, put that out there. But now once it gets to the off season, a lot of kids don't know what to do. So when it gets to that point, that's when you can utilize, if you are doing those 7-on-7s, if you are going to a personal trainer and getting this dedicated training for your craft, post that and post good snapshots and highlights of that, because the last thing coaches want to see is that you're stagnant, that you're content with your performance and you aren't striving to get better. And with so many people posting to social media, if you're going to post anything, why not post you getting better at what you do? And that's something that coaches will see, can react to, and they may not directly just say, oh, wow, I saw your workout video, I want to recruit you. That's typically not how it's going to work. But still, just kind of building up a database and just showing the growth and showing what you're able to do and capable of, that's going to help you so much in the long run. So that's how I really feel like you can use social media to kind of put yourself in a good position to get exactly where you want to go. So in conclusion, that's more or less how I say you can work towards getting a full ride scholarship. I know people have their own opinions and they think they know what's best. I know from personal experience, this worked for me. I had the fortune to be able to go D1 and play at Boston College in the ACC. Then from there, went back home to University of Delaware. And then from there, went over to Bowling Green University. So I know college football. I had a chance to bounce around all over the place. So I do know what I'm talking about. I know things do change as the years go by, but I hope you guys can utilize this information. Like I said, if you had any other questions, you can first check in, like I said, my other videos within that How to Go D1 playlist to see if there's anything that answers that already. If not, definitely in the comment section below, let me know exactly what I may have missed, what you think I should have added. And like I said, just figure out what other things kind of go into this to figure out how we can get more and more people to go D1. Because like I said, that was the dream of a lifetime, something I was extremely happy about having the opportunity for, and I want you guys to have the same. So this is D-Way signing off. Peace.